Now I am going to connect these terminals that are in the ground net with one another, but I am not going to use any of the tracks to connect them. But on the bottom side, if I select bottom copper, you can see I have drawn tracks to connect the ground plane, to connect the terminals that are at ground level. So let me delete these all so that we can connect these tracks the ground net in a different way. I will show you in a while how we can connect them rather than drawing tracks. Now I have deleted all the tracks that are connected to the ground net. The new thing we are going to learn today is that we are going to use fill zones, add or fill zones. Fill zones are actually the copper layer. If I choose front copper layer and hit add a fill zone and then click over here, then a window pops up which says that your fill zone, which layer you should connect, on which layer your fill zone should be present. Currently I am using front copper, and which net your fill zone should be connected. I must say, let me connect with the ground. You can also see other nets in the PCB by clicking on hide auto generate net names. You can see these are all the list of nets we have in our PCB, but currently I am going to connect ground with the fill zone. I will show you in a while when we will see in 3D viewer how these fill zones will look. So I have choose layer front copper, and the net we want to connect with the fill zone is ground, and leave the remaining thing as it is. We will discuss it in coming videos, and hit OK. Now you can draw fill zone. Click over here, click over here, click over here, and then you have to join these both lines to create a fill zone. So I have drawn fill zone. Now you see there is nothing, you can see no changes have been made on the PCB except a red color box outside the PCB edge cut layer or outside of the boundaries. So simply hit B and you will see that the remaining area where I don't have drawn any track is covered with the copper layer, and this copper layer is connected with the ground net. Let me show you. This tab of 7805 was at a ground net, connected to the ground net. You can see little connections that are connected with the tab. Similarly, you can see over here this ground terminal is connected with the fill zone, and the C101 has a pin to pair 2 which was at ground potential is now connected with the fill zone or this front copper ground layer. You can see anywhere there was a ground, it is connected to this fill zone. Fill zones are very important when drawing the PCB. You can also draw a fill zone on the bottom side. Go to bottom copper layer, add a fill zone, click over here. Again this pops up, choose bottom layer, hit ground and hit OK, and simply draw a closed shape as we have drawn previously, and join these both. They are not joined. Now I have drawn an other fill zone which is on the bottom side of the PCB, and hit B. you will find that both the front and back of the PCB are now in a fill zone. Let me check you. Let us see in the 3D viewer. You can see there are tracks. The remaining area is covered with the copper. This is done with the help of fill zone tools. Similarly, go to bottom. The entire PCB is covered in the copper layer, and the terminals that are at ground potential are connected with the with this fill zone. So in this way you can connect ground. Similarly, not even ground, you can connect your fill zone with the ground net, but you can also choose any other net. Let's say I choose this bottom net, and let's choose the front copper, fill zone of the front copper, and hit E and edit. You can choose D101, D102, these nets. Let me choose this one net for the fill zone on the front side. Here, click on this net, hit OK, and then hit B. Now you can see that my ground net is now disconnected with the fill zone, and the fill zone is now connected with the, what was the name of that net, net D101A, D101A. This is the net track that goes from resistor to this LED, that is now connected with the fill zone. So let's change it back. Click on the front copper layer fill zone and change it to ground. Hit OK, hit B to refill it or re-pour the fill zone. So this is our PCB almost complete. Check in the 3D viewer. All the tracks are connected. Fill zones are at its place. Most of the work in this PCB design or regarding this project is complete. Now something, you can add some vias over here, as the front and bottom copper layer or the fill zones are only connected from this ground, LED's ground, or this jack ground. So let us add some vias so that we can give multiple paths for the current to move from the top or bottom layer. You can give multiple tracks or multiple connections by adding vias. So I am adding via by add freestanding vias. Click over here and click over here. Similarly, you can add as many as you want to give proper connection between the front and bottom fill zones. You can also change the dimensions of the via by click on the via, select it, hit E, and in the properties you can change via diameter, you can change via hole, you can also change it is which type of via, through, micro, buried. We will discuss in later stage what are these different types of vias. Start layer, bottom layer. If we have multiple layers, then you can get more options over here, but currently we have 2 layers, that's why it is only saying front copper and back copper, and hit OK. So dear students, this is what we have been working for over a couple of videos. So, but we will be discussing something more settings regarding this. So see you in next video with more technical details.